Chili here with Serious Tavis Moon. And how's my day going? Well, I stole a salad. I tried to ask, there were sugar free cookies, and I tried to explain to the nice lady why I need them. And then she was a little bit embarrassed because there was nobody other than her there. And kind of like I wasn't expecting her to withdraw like from the money that she doesn't make as a vendor, because the business models of kiosks basically is based on making people sick, um, until they and have their money not yielding, and then have their savings not yielding until they are susceptible to basically torture and committing crimes against humanity. This is where I said, okay. Then I went past next to a shop, and there were salads there. And I'm like, just took a salad. There were two people next to me. Took a salad. Poof. Continued out of the mall. As long as I'm allowed to steal a salad every now and then the happiness that I have food and the outlet to my anger was just like we're having a salad. It was, I think that's pretty safe for humanity so far. Um, since the torture and forced drug addictions, even to some people, happen in hospitals, then it's not like a person can go like and look for help or anything like that. Um, and the rage when a person is raped is beyond. So, yeah, that is my day so far. Um, enraged. Um, yeah, I wrote to the tax offices that I wrote to them from other mails when basically when I escaped trafficking, but they still raped me. And they use, the Epstein dark occult dumb fuckery to do that. And it's occultistic rape so that they try to prevent a person from having any sort of support or anything like that. So if one day you hear Shirley Dali Youngblood was like a criminal against humanity, you'll know what was the trajectory, and this is my best attempt to prevent that. Astrologically speaking, my 2 points of Talis are pinpointed by a square from Saturn in Aries, um, which means that the points where I could remediate corruption are challenged. Um, I'm trying to think. Saturn is around my Chiron, and I try to think if I have any more points of Talis. I'm working with Deneb Algiri, so that would be my Talis point to the opposition between my Venus and Mercury and Pluto, and Chiron is now opposing my Pluto. So I find it fascinating because I predicted myself that Chiron through Taurus is going to tend to the currency, and then Chiron 29 degrees Aries was my bank account froze because of kind of like probably reports that I didn't file, but I didn't have the ability to file because my business documents were basically at the people that raped me at the apartment when I tried to rent an apartment. They probably wanted for me to be the people that make a mess in the real estate, but then the real estate, they just want to turn it into trafficking cities. So my point of Dallas to live with my parents was back then, I guess, what assisted, and then and now Saturn is squaring that. So then Amalgady is, for example, looting. So if I steal, if I manage to steal from the right places, it can alleviate the currency challenges, and it's kind of like it will make me a thief, but at least it will not make me a criminal against humanity if I manage to go that road. And this is the Denebalgadi. Um, the other one is Magha. Ketu is with Magha, so dematerialization of mafia lineages that traffic people and traffic infants can assist. Those are the 2 points of Dallas that I have to remediate the upcoming opposition. And yeah, this is I'm working with what I have. And I hope that would be somehow I hope that would that would change things for the best. And here's the thing: the rage from being raped does not make me want to like accumulate wealth or stuff like that. But rather either have all humanity dying in euthanasia, or as euthanasia, basically dying without suffering. At points of extreme torture, I actually absolutely want people to like suffer torture and die torturous deaths. But then when I feel better, I'm like, well, better without suffering. I'm kind of documenting my testimony at this is what basically happens to people that go through torture. And again, the torture people at hospitals, so it's not like a person can go out and seek help. And the torture people in housing, so it's not like naturally a person that goes through that can't work, and the working sector is not designed to be facilitating basically life. And basically I'm not seeking for people that are, kind of like if it's the infants, then the infant should die without suffering. If it's the people that harmed me, then at that very moment it's kind of like, but then later it's kind of like, well, they should die without suffering. And then in moments when I'm like really, not going through torture, then I can acquire more like loving stance and want people to have like a chance to get out of violence and to heal. That is something I've been going through way too much. Yeah.